right. So, welcome to our very special May 4th episode of
Rules at Tea Time
On Tuesdays.
with Tim and Anna.
And I bet you didn't know that Darth Vader drank tea with his pinky up, right? Very, very cool. All right. So, thank you for joining us today. And it is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So, in honor of Star Wars, let's do a little poll. Okay. So, this is the best of the best. You're going to pick your favorite Star Wars experience. Could it be the Phantom Menace, where it all started, A New Hope, another place where it all started, Rogue One, Return of the Jedi, The Mandalorian, or maybe you're one of those weird people that are not into Star Wars. I don't know. So I'm going to get the poll going. Launch the poll. Can you guys see the poll? All right, so go
Gracie's
ahead and
shaking her hand. Okay.
Ooh, we got one that is not into Star Wars at all.
Hey, no public shaming on this.
That was me.
Program.
I clicked the wrong one.
Oh, that's okay. We'll forgive you.
Can you vote again?
You are. Just look at your background, right? All right, so I think that does it. So I'm going to end it and share the results. Can you guys see that? We're always wondering if you can see it or not. Okay, so 2 people and 2 people, The Mandalorian and Return of the Jedi. You know what? I love The Mandalorian as well, but I think my favorite is still A New Hope. So, all right. So thank you for playing with us today. And let's find out what today has in store for us.
Moving down the road. Okay, we're going to have our important fan mail from our imaginary fan base. And hear about this week's theme, and then we'll welcome our very special guest, Robbie Mackley, and we'll have a community check-in.
Wonderful. Thank you, Tim. So let's check out our email from our imaginary fan base. And oh my, look at that. It's Master Yoda. And Master Yoda wrote to us, but I am not even going to try to sound like him. I would not do him justice, but this is what he wrote. Difficult to see, always in motion is the future, but better days are ahead. Thinking I am. How can Google save teachers time? Know what I am talking about, do you? Truly wonderful. Teachers are much to be thankful I am to my Jedi, Master Yoda.
Yeah, John Caverly's putting his best Yoda on back there. I can see, even though his camera is muted. His mic's muted.
All right, so this brings us to
this week's theme, which is making Google work for you, discovering some hidden and fun Google tips and tricks.
And we have the pleasure to introduce back to you Robbie Mackley. Robbie is a digital coach for 27J School District. And on a personal note, Robbie has been indispensable and invaluable to our work this year. She is in high demand, and she has brought teachers who basically could not put together a document camera, could not even use that. And she brought them all the way to being able to do, some cool ed puzzles and pear decks and all of that. So we're very excited to have Robbie back to share some cool stuff with us. So
she's like a Jedi trainer.
I'm sorry, what was that, Tim?
She's like a Jedi trainer.
She is a Jedi trainer. All right. So Robbie has the controls, and thank you, Robbie, and welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the kind introduction. Wanting to stick with this Star Wars theme and I'm seeing that my internet is unstable. So if that means that you can't hear me, somebody just has to raise their hand and just tell me to pause. But today, what I was hoping that we could do is talk about some time-saving tips, because we're at the end of the year and nobody's got time for any more nonsense. So let's use Google and Google Chrome in a way that makes sense. So here are we're actually only going to be talking about 3 different topics. These are hyperlinks, so I encourage you to click on these links and you can explore more. You will be able to get information directly from Google on how to do all of these 3 different topics. So the first one that we're going to talk about today is the side panel. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to not be presenting full screen. And I know that that makes it harder for you all to see, but we've put the slide deck in the chat and it will be below this video. So if you want to get up close and personal with those GIFs, just check out the slide deck. Okay, so this along the side of all Google products is called the side panel. So right now, mine is closed, and you'll see that I have a calendar, I have Google Keep, and Google Tasks. Now, if you are already a Google goddess, well, what would be the Google Star Wars equivalent? I don't know, Darth Vader. If you're the Darth Vader of Google and you already know this, click into go back to slide 2 and click on that hyperlink, because there are more support documents to get you to the next step. So here's what we're going to do is in Gmail. Now, you're looking at my Gmail, and no shame in anybody's game here, right? So did you know that there is a calendar integration? Oh, I'm spelling stuff wrong. I should have sent myself an email before I got in here. Okay, so tomorrow Anna wants to meet with me tomorrow. So if I double click and open up this email, I can click my side panel calendar and it will start to populate with some of the. So if it said that meeting is going to be at 6 o'clock, did you see how Google was so smart? It filled in the subject of the calendar invite. If it should have included my name, I should have had Anna send me. It will automatically pick up the names of the people who sent you the email and drop it in there. If there is a location in the meeting or in the original email, it will also populate it over here in the side panel. So it's going to yell at me because that's not correct. And I'm just going to discard this because nobody's going to really go into that meeting. So across all Google platforms, Gmail, Docs, Slides, you will be able to see this side panel. Let's jump into Keep. Now, Keep is kind of a hidden wonder. I don't know many teachers who are using Keep, but here are 2 different ways to use Keep. Now, I just borrowed this. I literally just copied this from this website down here. So if you really want to read more about it, please go to this website. And let's pretend that I am writing my dissertation on Star Wars. And this sentence right here is something that I really want to keep track of. If I highlight it and right-click it, it says Save to Keep. So let me click that, and there it is. So it lives along the side panel, but if I go to keep.google.com, oh, here it is. And I can pin that right up to the top. So that research will always be available to me. And I don't know about you, but I do like to color code my research. So like for me, I have green is something that I really have to get to. Red is something that I can sit on and, you know, get to it when I have time, etc. So I do encourage you to go check out Google Keep. And then I saved the side panel best for last.
Hey,
Oh, here.
Robbie, is
Yeah.
Google Keep a extension or an add-on, or what is it?
No, it's just part of the Google platform.
Oh, okay. Sorry to interrupt. Mhm.
No, that's okay. Did you guys notice that Google's so smart that they make things easy for us? Keep.google.com, mail.google.com. Well, this is docs, but it's also slides. So drive.google.com. So this is part of Google's new workspace. It's newly minted workspace, but it's been available for years and years. It's just not many people use Keep. And Keep has all of the same functionalities as Docs. You can share your lists, you can share your sticky notes, you can collaborate. My husband and I use it on our phones, and whenever one of us is at Costco, we can, you know, just quick look at our share Keep grocery list or Costco list. It's really, it's pretty intuitive, and it definitely helps us stay organized. Okay, so most of us, I think, teachers, we like our checklists. Google takes checklists to the next level because they allow you to organize your tasks. So I'm going to create a new task list, and this task list is called T. And I am going to go back to my Gmail, and I'm going to bring this back to my main here. I'm going to right click on this email. And right here it says add to tasks. So it'll pop it over here into my side panel, but it will also automatically integrate with my Google Calendar. So I'm going to put this on for today at 5 p.m. Let's jump up here to 5 p.m. I have some functionalities. I can make it repeat, et cetera, et cetera. And I can also copy the details from my email. It'll drop it right in here, but I wasn't so prepared and I didn't put it in. So I encourage you to check out this GIF here in the slideshow because it shows the side panel tasks so brilliantly. Let's pretend that I got this one done. I'm just going to mark it complete. Boop. And then it shows me down below I don't have any tasks to do. I'm going to jump forward. Explore button. Now, does anybody worry about having our learners go out to Google and do the research without setting up filters and without having a safe place? Google has fixed that for us. Down here in the bottom is an explore button. Explore is also down here in Docs. It's also in the bottom of sheets. Okay, I'm going to stick here because this person, who Casey Bell, is amazing. And she has made this amazing GIF that shows us so many different ways that this explore button can function. So we can, by highlighting something, click the explore button and it will search for whatever was highlighted. So you may remember in this document, I had highlighted something about Maggie Simpson. When I clicked the explore button, it started looking for Maggie Simpson. I'm going to come back here. The explore button will also search for images specific to whatever you have highlighted. Will also amazingly search your drive. So if you already have your research paper on Maggie Simpson, it will look and pop up all of the different items in your drive about Maggie Simpson. It's amazing. So it will search for, I'm just going to type in here, Simpsons I have to spell it right. Simpsons, there we go. So it will quickly search the web. I don't know why that little thing is there. It will also search for images and it will search my drive. So let's not pick that picture. Let's grab Bart and it just drops it in. Okay, moving on. How many of you?
I love it how it combined O.J. Simpson and Bart Simpson.
Let's get rid of OJ here. How many of you had to create citations in order to get through grad school or are teaching citations right now with your learners? The Explore button does citations for your students.
Ooh.
It's amazing, but it can only happen in docs. So let me open up a doc. I'm going to go to the Explore button and I'm just going to pick this one because it's the top one. So if I click the 3 dots of power, I can change it from MLA to APA or Chicago. I'm going to go to APA.
Wow.
And I will click this little citation button and it shows you right here. I'm not very familiar with the APA, but then it's down on the bottom and darn it, like nobody's going to lose credit for having a comma in the wrong place. That's remarkable. And if you want to see the GIF of it, just jump right in here to slide 9. Now, my last little secret, and then we're going to go into breakout rooms, is grouping tabs. If you're not grouping tabs, wait until you see this. It's going to blow your mind. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to right click on my tab and I'm going to add this tab to a new group. And this group is going to be called Tea Time. Now, because this tea time, and I keep my green as for go, and this is what I have to do today, or red means I can take a little bit of time and look at it as I'm moving in my workflow. So now, do you see how it's labeled? Well, I'm going to put Java the Hut. I'm going to drag Java and bring Java over here. Now check out, I have 2 things that are green and I have grouped these 2 tabs together. Well, I'm also going to bring over here. I'm going to close my Gmail and my research from earlier is also now in here. So Google Chrome, this is not a Google workspace application. This is part of Chrome. So if you have the latest version of Chrome, you also now have this grouping flexibility.
Wow.
Or feature. That was 3 things that went super fast. How did I do on time? I think I was right at 10 minutes.
Yeah, and let's give her some clicks for that, for putting that resource together where we can go back and look at the GIFs. And thank you so much for the extra time on that.
Yes, so that is on the chat, but we'll take care of it and make it available to everyone as well.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm pretty proud of this GIF. Like I put together 2 GIFs together. Like I'm thinking I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely happy with this GIF. So what we're going to do now.
And Robbi, are you going to be able to stick around for a few minutes right after in case people have Q&A? Are you okay with that?
100%.
Okay, great.
So we're going to go into breakout rooms. And what I would love for you to do is when you're in breakout rooms, take a second to talk with the person in the breakout room and think about which one of these 3 different tips that we talked about, whether it's side panel, explore button, or grouping tabs, which one could broaden your universe? And make sure like you share the how you're going to do it. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to start putting all my morning slideshows together in green, but like tell us why and the how. And then if you want to, you can also start right-clicking and practicing those things.
I like how you carried that universe theme throughout.
Pretty proud
All
of
right,
that.
well, that just takes us right into our breakout room prompt. And Robbie got us started on that. And let's see, Tim, will you get us going on that for us for breakout rooms?
Yeah. So you heard Robbie's prompt to look at the 3 different things that she showed, or any other Google tips that you might be using that you also know make life easier, and share them with each other. But especially when you're sharing them, as Robbie said, like the why and the how you might use that tip is important. Probably more likely to have some impact on your life and your kid's life if you take time to think about that. So is that got you where you need, Anna?
Yeah, so we're going to open the rooms, but if you get an invitation to join room number 1, please stay in the main room so we can record you. So room 1, don't accept it, stay with us.
So who is in this room with us? Who do we have? Flora and Tabby.
Laura and Tabby are our 2 guests. Yes.
Oh, good. And John, yay, you stayed with us as well. So
I'm not really here. I wasn't invited here. I just didn't join my breakout room yet. I didn't push the right button.
That's all right.
That's okay.
You can stay with us as well.
Yeah, you can stay right here.
So for my friends that are staying in this room with us, would one of you mind unmuting and letting us know which of any of those 3 things that we shared brought into your universe and how?
Or you might have a question for Robbie as well. I noticed that John had his hand up right before we went into breakout rooms. So you can also ask a clarifying question if you would like.
First of all, I just noticed, Robbie, that when you do the grouping of the tabs, that it will condense the group. And that is huge because I think when I live in the multi-window world, I can alt tab and just jump. And it's so easy for me, but I'm finding that even today, I forgot how many windows I had, even though, you can alt tab and hold it down and see all of them. But I find this is great because if I have like 3 little video clips I'm going to watch with the kids, I might just condense them into the video clip tab group. And then it will condense, and then I can just press the title and so I like that idea. Does that make sense?
So smart. I also want to point this out, John, if I could. Do you see how my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs are living over here? And they are small, they're just the icon. That's because these 6 tabs are what's called pinned. They're pinned to the taskbar.
Oh.
So my record keeping tab, I'm going to pin that. I get this little icon by
they can't.
right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, they can see
one.
it.
Okay, and now I can drag this one around. So I myself really always want my drive all the way over on the left. It's just so fast for me. This is my work email and then my personal email. So pinning tabs is an enormous time saver. And then I can also add my pinned tabs to groups. So very much like you were sharing, like you might have your movie tabs all together, you can pin them to make them smaller. I'm just going to unpin, and there it is.
Yeah, so much energy every day goes into trying to find those things.
Yeah, like click on the word blog. Just click blog.
Okay.
See how it becomes this pin.
I just got chills. I didn't know that.
See, that's what I was talking about, is that now I don't have to put the videos in a group and I pin it automatically like that. And then when I need the video, I just ping, and out they pop.
You see my mouth? That was like an enormous, my mouth, I was like,
well, John, pretty good when you could wow a digital learning specialist.
Yeah,
just press the buttons, test it out.
If you're in the latest version of Chrome, here's one other little nugget. Check this out. you can click this little icon up here and it will show you the latest tabs that you've just used and closed, and you can search within. That's kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay, other questions? Tabby, who else is in here?
Flora.
I can't see because I'm
I'm sorry, we have Flora, Tabby, and John.
There we go.
I came in late, but the tabbing and pin, I mean, that's all pretty new to me. So I can't wait to go back and see the video, the recording. Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen all those
I'm
new
excited.
symbols and wondered what they stood for. Now thanks for helping us navigate through that. Tabby, I'm sorry I interrupted you.
It's fine. It's fine. I didn't know about Keep. I'm annoyed that it's old and I didn't even know about it, but I didn't see exactly everything that was happening too. And like you went through that one, you hit that one really fast, but I think I was in awe. And I like while this was, I'm texting other people like, Miss Green, I have to show you this tomorrow, our English teacher. And I mean, I'm just gonna do a shout out brag here, but one of our students got into MIT, and I also texted her about it, like, you're gonna need this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Cool.
I think
Yeah, congratulations.
It's gonna be super helpful for me.
Well, and our friends are coming back.
But so it's like I was just like, there's applications for me every day, and then for the other, like a lot of people.
Thank you. All right, so our friends are coming back. I believe we're all back now. So thank you for spending another half hour with us. We've reached the end, and episode resources will be in this folder right here, right after we're done. The recording of the episode is going to be archived on our website at dmns.org.
Yeah, we thank you for spending another half hour with us. And would you please join Anna and I in thanking Robbie Mackley? I'm sorry, Robbie, is it Mackley or Mackley?
It's Mackley. And once I've hit 50, I stopped going by my last name. Like, just call me Robbie.
Yeah, and if you taught middle school, you've been called a lot worse. But anyway, yeah, Robbie Mackley, thank you. Thank you for so much for what you've given again today to everybody. Please join us next week. In 2 more weeks, that's all we have left of Tools at Tea Time is 2 weeks. So we have this coming week and 1 more week, and then we'll be at the end of our season, and we'll all go off to enjoy happy summer. We'd also like you to join us next Tuesday when we have a very special 45-minute edition of Tools at Tea Time, in which Pat Brown will come back, who's going to be teaching a summer course. And he's going to give us a free 45-minute workshop on Explore Before Explain with some great ideas that you can use across grade levels. So we hope you'll join us next Tuesday for that special edition, and maybe even for the summer course that's coming with him this summer at the museum.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This is going to be a treat. 45 minutes. We're ending the season with a bang. All right, so please tell your friends to join us next week. Let us know how things are going with you. And until next week, be good to yourself, and may the force be with you.
Yay! We will stick around for Q&A if you have questions. Otherwise, if you are going off to wherever in the universe, thank you for joining us today on May the 4th.
Yes, we appreciate you.
So Robbie, thank you so much. This is really cool. I get the workspace updates, and it's I don't have time to go through them. So this little block of time was very helpful. I'll have to get used to the Explore kind of scenario, but I really like, and I'll have to check with my tech person who's also our librarian, because this would speed up. She also teaches tech, and she does a lot of this work with the kids. And I don't know if she actually uses this, but of course all librarians and tech people are big on
Attributing your sources in particular.
Yes,
That's
the
amazing.
sources,
Yes.
recording their sources. So that is,
Yes.
that's really cool. I will talk to her about that.
That's awesome.
I do have a question. I don't know if you're going to answer this, but so I've gotten messages. My computer's been freaking out lately. And I got a message when I was on Google Meet. Like I put the video onto full screen and it just started blinking black. And I'm like, what? And then what happened was it kicked me out of the Meet. And then I had to come back in on the Meet. And I had this little bar and it says something like one of your extensions is having trouble. I know this is kind of a little bit side note of your talk, but do you have any clue which extension it would be?
Yeah, I have two questions for you. Are you on the latest version of Chrome?
No, maybe I should.
That'll take care of some of it. And then I would also suggest clearing your cache and cookies. And I know like every IT person says, power down your computer and restart it. That almost always solves little wonky, silly, like having flashing screens. It will take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
Good question, John. And if you saved one of these other teachers from having that happen to them, thank you for asking.
Yeah, and we have our kids every Friday. We do a special team grade level like celebration, and we always do that last slide, which is clear your data now. So it's a good reminder because I forget that, but I need to just click the update button. That might help.
Yeah, that
But
always helps.
I think also a challenge is, and I don't know if you live constantly on Google Meet and all of those features and calendar, but we live also in the Outlook, our mail.org. And so we have to, most of our world is in .org. So I send out the Meet, which is really nice because I throw my Google Meets small groups on the kids' calendars. And can you set up the calendar with a reminder for somebody else?
So you can set up in Google Calendar, you can set up notifications. Tell me more, like you want to send a notification to your students, like you have 10 minutes until the meet?
Yeah, that's sort of like a reminder that you get, yourself, but can you send that reminder, an alert button? Because I know notification, when you first set up the Meet, it'll say, do you want to send a notification? But we're talking weekly because these meetings, these small groups are weekly.
Mm-hmm.
So is that possible? Do you know?
Let me find you a quick Google support. No surprise, support.google.com is phenomenal.
Okay.
And while
Tracy,
she's looking for that, do Tracy or Gina? Yeah, Tracy or Gina, did you have any questions? Or?
Yeah, so Gina and I were actually in a breakout room together, and we were wondering about the grouping tabs. So if you group tabs, is it only good for like that session, like when you have those tabs open, or will it save the group? So like if you close your tabs and reopen them, will they reopen in that same group?
So you're super smart to ask that. And what happens to me all the time is I have two screens. So I try to bring like my work over to my computer screen, but then use my big screen for something else. But if you drag a grouped tab over, you lose the grouping. So with that in mind, Google is always trying to improve. So on every Google product, there's a little question mark in the bottom left-hand side. So click that question mark and it'll be called support, but give them feedback. It's really feedback. Today I was on a call about Google Forms, and BT Dub side note, it was 4 women running the Google Forms team for Google. Like, how hot is that, right?
Wow.
Representation matters. It was phenomenal to me. But they said that, especially the lead engineer said, I read every single piece of feedback that comes whenever somebody clicks the question mark for forms, it hits her inbox. And she's the one who makes forms for all of us, for Google. So I really recommend just giving that feedback to Google.
Right, so I'm doing that now because I spent a lot of time grouping my tabs and then I just closed them and now they're no longer grouped. So I have to be that bad person who leaves all my tabs open in order for them to stay grouped.
Well, did you see what John showed us? I learned this today, Gina. Like, if you have your tabs grouped and then click on the group name, it will truncate the groups. Did you know that?
Only because it did it like accidentally.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And then John, to answer your question, when I send meetings like Google Meets for my students, when I create the meeting, I put the alert in it when I create it, and it does go to my students. They do get that alert pop up as well.
Is that alert on a weekly basis? Is it alert every time? Because I do see, like, when I push on my Meet, I see those groups. It just sits there on the new Google Meet screen. You know, when you press your Meet button and it says join meeting, you can also see the meetings that you have later in the day that scheduled for you or you scheduled. I didn't know that there was an alert that could be sent out within the email. So I will look for that. Thanks. And Robbi, I just grabbed the tab, the name of the Google group, and I slid it to another screen and it worked. Kept the
So
group.
now they're staying together.
Yeah, well, I'm going to add this to the group.
So on mine, and I'm on a Windows 10 device. Now remember, this is a Chrome product, not a Google product. When I right click on one of my groupings, it says move group to new window. So maybe I'm not up to date on my Chrome, but before, like even as late as yesterday, it wasn't letting me do that.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing about all these. You look tomorrow and it's got the improvement in it. Like it's hard to keep up. You've helped us today a lot. Thank you.
The speed of light. Well, you guys, we want to respect everyone's time, especially Robbi, and we are very thankful for her time with us for the second time, teaching us some good stuff. Her document, her slideshow is already in our shared folder, so you're welcome to go check it out, or maybe you grabbed it from the chat. So. But thank you again, Robbi. And it's always great to see you guys, Gina, Tracy, and John.
Yeah, thanks for sticking around. And Robbi, thanks for the perfect topic at the end of the year. Not more, just something to make it easier.
Yeah, and we can just pick one and play with it.
Love it.
Tim and Anna, I am so thankful for the two of you. I don't know who is the brainchild of this whole thing, but I have learned, I haven't been on all of them, obviously, but I have learned so much. And just how you go out and find people and encourage people to come on, it has been across the whole, not just, Denver or DPS, just the whole area. It's been wonderful. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for that, John.
Thank you very much.
Did we get that on the recording? Did we get it, Tim?
Yes, I haven't stopped it. Okay, we better stop while we're ahead here.